You know, the main question of this readathon is, am I actually going to read? Because who actually knows? Okay, can I just say it's technically not actually the start of Because We Can, because it is the Sunday before Because We Can start, but I'm filming to talk to you now because I have to get up tomorrow at an ungodly hour of 4:30. Like, the fuck is that? That's just unnatural. So I'm not going to be sane enough to be able to film tomorrow at 4:30. Did I already tell you that it's 4:30 that I have to wake up? I've already done it twice and I'm dying. But I am excited. I'm going to start Eve Brown and I am hoping that I get it read. But I read Danny in 5 days, so I'm sure I'll get this one done in the week. It's just one last stop that's the question of like, am I gonna get it done? But as I said in my TBR, I wasn't sure if I was gonna go okay driving to be able to listen to the audiobook, but I'm actually going really well, so I am going to start listening to One Last Stop tomorrow on the drive. So I'll see how it goes, because with music you can like tone out the music to focus on what you're doing, but I've pretty much got the layout down packed. I know where I'm going. I've made it to work the past 5 days. I'm doing well, and it's actually really good too because I only have to work 4 days this week, so that is lucky. In the first 3 days of the week I am working, but in the last 4 I only have to work 1 day, which is really nice. So I am really hoping I get some reading done, but if I could at least start getting the audiobook listened to, that is an achievement in itself. I don't actually know how long the audiobook is. I think it's like 12 hours. So I've just checked. See, there's my audiobook right there, and it is 12 hours and 10 minutes. So I've calculated this because I do about like an hour of driving every day, and I will drive 4 times, so that should be at least 4 hours, but it actually takes longer than an hour, so that could potentially go to like 5 hours, and if I do some walks, hopefully that could add in 2 more hours. So if I can get 7 hours listened to in the week and then just read the other 5 hours like physically, I think there's potential that I can get this done, but I don't know. But I am definitely excited to finally start listening to One Last Stop, because Red, White and Royal Blue is one of my favorite books. I have very high expectations and I have heard very good things, so I hope I'm not disappointed because I really like how this author writes and I just want to have more. But it's funny though, because I'm actually like reading Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin because of the Magical Readathon, but I only got this far, so I'm gonna have to put this down and read the other books for the week. But I'm actually going to count One Last Stop in my Magical Readathon for a standalone, because I'm getting concerned that I'm not going to read my 2 books and I need to be a part of the Magical Readathon. I can't fail in the first thing that happens, so I'm gonna add that to the Magical Readathon, and I'm gonna read a little bit of this tonight before I have to go to sleep, because I gotta go to sleep in like 20 minutes. So if I can get a little bit more of this read, I will feel better about it. But I better go, better stop waffling on about stuff. There is a blowfly in here. That is really annoying. But I will definitely see you guys tomorrow after I finish work, so that you can see how much I actually get done. Oh my god, I'm so glad that I have finished work, because my feet hurt. Like, I have to wear Docs to work, and I know that it's like first world problems here, but my feet hurt so much because I just had 7 weeks off. I'm not used to standing up for 9 hours and walking around. I'm just so tired. Like 4:30. Did I tell you that? Like, I can't even cope with this, but I'm here to update you on the reading. So I listened to 42 pages of One Last Stop on the commute to work, and I think that's really good. So it's like 9% of the story, but I feel like that's a really good achievement of itself, and I actually am really enjoying it. A lot of the story is just being set up right now, but Jane and August have met and they are on the train together, and we already know that she is like stuck in time, but August doesn't know this yet, and I don't actually know if Jane knows this yet, but I am excited to see how this is going to play out and what's going to happen. Like, are they only ever going to see each other on the train? Are they going to be able to see each other in the real world? Like, are they going to be able to be together? Like, I don't know how it's going to work, but I hope it works. And then for Actor Eve Brown, I only read 16 pages in my lunch break, which I still think is an achievement, and I plan on reading more of this book like tonight and the rest of the afternoon, because like it's still light out there, it's still nice out there, but I also have some other things I want to do, like upload my first challenge video and also finish setting up my Magical Readathon notebook, which I will probably show in a video at some point. But I'm so excited to set it up and make it look all pretty, because it's going to be basically like my school files for like the next 4 years, and I'm so excited for this readathon to start and all the fun things. Eve has already been kicked out of home because her parents think she's too immature, so she's got 3 months to find a place to live and to find a new job and to actually stick with something in her life. And like, girl's 26 and I'm 23 and I still live at home, and I don't think my parents ever would kick me out, but there's always that like stigma against still living at home with your parents. But like, I do have a job and I do have a life, but homes are expensive. How am I meant to move out and I don't have a partner to like go in it with me? So I've just been staying at home and saving and working and not being annoyed by my parents, except for the amount of normal annoyance you have with your parents. I feel bad for Eve because I totally get it, but I am very keen to get more into this story because I really just want the love interest to be introduced so I can start seeing the like hateful banter there, because I think it's gonna be good. I'm so tired, like, oh my god. It isn't that late, it's like 10:30 at night, but I've managed to read a grand total of 30 pages today, so I'm doing not great, but I'm proud of the fact that I managed to read 70 pages over 2 books. And she's just met Jacob, who is the love interest in the story, obviously, but they're going to be hating each other for a while before it actually gets like reals good. But I'm excited for the point where Eve hits him with her car, because that is in the premise on the back, that she hits him accidentally with her car and then she ends up getting the job. So I just wonder what her thought process is going to be in this situation, but I'm very keen for it. But I'm going to try and read some more tomorrow, but I do have a late shift tomorrow, but I'm so tired that I'm just going to wake up when I wake up. So if I have time to read in the morning, I will, but if I don't, then I'm not going to. You guys just like love the dual calendars, because like this one's mine and that's all my working, and this is my parents that just says lockdown and everything because we can't do anything. But I am here, it is day 2 of the readathon, and I did wake up like 2 hours before I had to get ready, so I did read a bit of this book. Like I'm up to page 86, so like I'm making progress and I'm actually really enjoying it. The banter between Eve and Jacob is actually so much fun. Like I really enjoy it, and the fact that she hit him with the car is just hilarious. And he's so out of it because he got a concussion as well, so he's there just like saying some of the most random stuff, and Eve's like, you're a bit weird, but like I feel really guilty, so I'm like gonna help you. And I just think it's gonna be great. Like I really do like the dynamic between these two, and I'm very excited to keep reading. But I do have to work all day. Like I'm actually on from 1 till 10, so it is a late one for me, but I will try to read some later tonight because I have another late one tomorrow, so it doesn't really matter what time I go to bed. But I am going to listen to One Last Stop on the drive as well, so that's exciting. I'm hoping that I'll be like closer to page 100, but I'm excited to see the story like branch into more. But I'm really wanting August to find out that June is from the 1970s and she's like out of time. Like I'm really waiting for that moment. Hey, what's up guys? So I got home from work like a little while ago. It's actually 12:30 at night though, when I was like gonna read, and I've just been sitting here on TikTok. So I may read like a chapter of my book, but I'm not doing too great tonight. But for the update, I listened to another 44 pages of One Last Stop, so I'm like making pretty good progress. I'm up to page 86, so like that's really good for like only 2 days of driving. So if I think about it, I should get up to page like 160 around about for the like next 2 days that I work during the whole week of the readathon. So I'm definitely gonna have to try and go on some walks. Like I definitely think that's gonna help. But I am really enjoying it. But I was actually getting really confused about what time Jane actually comes from, because she has stuff from the 90s, but she also seemed like she's from the 70s, and she seems to know like a lot about stuff, but she's also really confused. So I just wonder, like, does Jane know that she is not from this time? Like I don't know what's going on. But also August has just come to the realization that there's something odd about Jane, so she's like trying to figure it out. So I'm very keen to see what's going to happen there. Like I am really enjoying this story, but I'm also not sure how it's going to work. Like can August get off the same stuff as Jane and end up in the different timeline, or how like can Jane come out of her stop and be in her timeline? Like how are they going to be together, or are they just not going to be together? Like I don't know how this is going to end. So I'm kind of sad about it, because at least with Red, White and Royal Blue it was all very realistic and no magic. This has magic and I don't know how it's going to end. And then for Eve Brown, I'm at page 100, which is a very nice even number. So that means I've read like 60 something pages today, which I think is really good. So I'm just going to try and like finish the chapter that I'm currently on and then probably go to bed, because I am getting really tired. Like I probably should go to sleep. Like work was like really long, but it was really quiet, so we like got everything done, which is really good. But basically Jacob's like come out of his concussion and he really doesn't want Eve to be there, but she's just like oddly charming. So like they're already have feelings for each other, but they also hate each other. So I'm very keen about it. I feel like it's going to be a slow development, but then it's going to be like bam, feelings, and I'm keen for it. So I'm going to try to read some more of this because I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so it's day 3 of the readathon today, and it's already quite late. I have not vlogged at all today, but I actually ended up having the day off from work today, so I didn't listen to One Last Stop because I obviously didn't leave the house. And it's already 6 o'clock and I've literally read 10 pages of my book. It's like I have this extra time to read and I don't. I don't do anything. I'm still like hardly through this book, but I am going to try and read some now because my parents are out there watching the news. So I'm going to be in here trying to get some of this read. Like I would like to get to like halfway, but I doubt I'm going to make myself do that. But I always find that like if I don't start reading earlier in the day, it just kind of starts to drag on and it gets later and later, and then I'm like, do I even want to now because it's so late? Even though I have been trying to read at night after everyone goes to bed, because like everyone will go to bed at 10 and then I like will start reading until like 12, and I'm also on my phone, but then I started working again and that was just like not realistic anymore. I am going to try and read and just see how this goes. I'm so tired. Why am I still awake? It's like 12 o'clock and I have been reading. I've read like the tiniest bit of my book. I say tiniest bit, but I actually got up to page 170. So like I feel like the progress is being made, and like I'm so excited because they're like starting to like not hate each other as much. Like I feel like they're like a really good couple. Like I feel like they really work well off each other, and for the fact that they both have like different levels of autism and they're kind of working through that together and like getting used to each other's like schedules, and how like Jacob is very rigid in what he likes to do and he's got everything planned and done, but then Eve is more like she gets very nervous about things and she gets very stuttery, and she also likes to have things like to a certain plan, but I think that she also holds herself to like certain rigorous things. So they're very different, but I feel like they're going to work really well together, and I'm very keen to see how more of the story goes. But I also watched Cruella tonight, which is really exciting. It's been like available on Disney Plus for a couple of weeks, but I've only just watched it, so watched it with the fam, and we've actually been watching so many movies. Like we basically watch one every single night because there's not much else to do in lockdown, which is not that great, but like I've been watching so many movies. But Cruella, it's such a good movie, and I'm very keen for like when they're going to do the sequel, which I think is going to be more like 101 Dalmatians. But I'm going to bed. It's like 12 o'clock and I have a day off tomorrow, and then I only have to work Friday, and then I have the weekend off, and I'm not going to get as much audiobook listening done as I thought, but hopefully I'll be able to go on some walks, and I'm assuming that's going to happen more on the weekend because there is meant to be rain tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to go for a walk because like that doesn't sound fun. But I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm so tired. Hello guys, so it is day 4 of the readathon. So I don't know how to count apparently, but it is day 4 and I have another day off today. So like as I said yesterday, like I didn't need to go in, but today was actually a rostered day off, and then I have to work tomorrow, and then I don't have to work the weekend. But tomorrow was also like a 4:30 wake up, so like kill me because I'm not okay. I don't like getting up early. It is just not my jam. So I'm probably gonna be dead, but I do finish at 3, so it gives me the whole afternoon to like read. Is that the thing we're trying to do in the readathon? And I will also listen to some more of One Last Stop. But today it is like wet out there, even though you can't see it. Like I'm so like not used to having like these blinder things. Like I'm used to my, you know, over the windows, like. And also in my new house, it's those like thingies, like I don't know how to describe them. They're like square and you like flip them down and flip them up. Like I will show you probably in a vlog when I've moved, but I don't actually know what other readathons I'm going to be doing. There's probably going to be something. There'll be something to vlog about or to video about. I can just do one video about my new blinds because I'm sure you're intrigued. But I am reading Eve Brown, It's Happening. I've read nearly 30 pages so far this morning because I wanted to try and start early. So chapter 13, page 197. So like I feel I'm definitely like at the halfway mark. Like that has for sure happened. I know that I probably will get this read, and for the fact that I have like quite a lot of time to actually do reading, but I'm just still like not in the habit of reading a lot. Like I haven't managed to read over 100 pages of one book for like months. Like it just doesn't happen. Like it may have happened one time, which was just like something really random, but I used to be able to read like 250 pages or a whole book in a day. Like it feels like I'm having to work this muscle again to make me read more. So I've started early and I'm hoping that I'm going to get some more read, and hopefully I can finish this book by tomorrow and then just try and get One Last Stop read. But I am definitely giving myself like realistic goals here, that if like I don't end up finishing everything, it's all good because I'm actually reading. Like I'm actually basically reading every day. I'm getting through an audiobook, and it's good to know that hopefully I'll eventually be able to finish reading Cemetery Boys, because I've had it on my Goodreads for like 2 months, because the audiobook is actually like 14 hours, which seems like so long to me. But with all this driving that I'm doing, I'm managing to get through reading and stuff. So like once I finish One Last Stop, I can start listening to that, and hopefully I can get it read in the month, because that would be amazing to actually get something done. I don't know why, but I really love just having this like massive mirror. It's a weird angle though. It's a weird angle. Hello. But guys, I feel like I have like the most lackluster vlog in all of history, but it's because I feel really awkward filming in front of other people. Like if I'm doing a travel vlog, I'm just walking around talking, chilling, you know, being like, what's up, we're in this country today. But it's like around people I know, I'm like, how do I deal? So there's not that many times when I'm actually alone to vlog. So like, again, when I'm in my house, I'll be able to do like extensive vlogs again like I normally do. But I have been reading. I feel like I'm making like really good progress. I'm at page 246, so I'm really gonna try and finish this tomorrow. I don't know if I can because that's more than 100 pages, but I might be able to. I'm really enjoying this book, and actually I really love that Gigi has so many nicknames for Eve. It was so cute when she phoned her and she's just like going like Cupcake, Cotton Bud, like all these random nicknames that might not have been any of the nicknames. But seriously, Gigi is like the sweetest grandma ever. But I am really liking the development of Eve and Jacob's story. Like they're seeming to really like each other now, but they also don't want to admit that they like each other, so they're in that like stage. But then some stuff did steam over that I'm just like, yes, so cute. But I am just waiting for the point where the pin's gonna drop and everything's gonna go to shit, because that happens in every romance book ever. But it's always interesting just trying to figure out the reason why. But the way that Talia Hibbert actually writes her stories, they're always so realistic, and the way that they resolve their differences makes a lot of sense towards the characters, and just in general makes it feel very real that this is how like an actual real life relationship could resolve itself. But I'm so excited to keep reading, and I'm also so excited to continue on with One Last Stop tomorrow. So I hope I get a bit of it listened to, and like all this reading that's happening is just so good for me. Like I'm actually doing something. Hello lovelies, so it is day 5 of the readathon. I think it's day 5. It's Friday, so that should mean that it's day 5. But I worked all day. I had to get up at 4:30 and I only slept for 3.5 hours, so I don't know what energy I'm using to be awake right now. So I listened to another 10% of One Last Stop, so that was 40 pages, and I was halfway through chapter 6, so I decided to read the last 20 pages of the chapter when I got home physically. And I think I fucked up, because like I really like the voices, and I feel like just especially with Casey McQuiston's stories, I just really like the way that she like elaborates and makes the feelings known in the tones and stuff. And I know all audiobooks do it, but I just felt like a special kinship with Casey McQuiston's books in this format. So it just felt really weird because I'm reading it in such a monotone. I'm like, am I experiencing it the way that it should be experienced? But me reading that got me up to 50 pages of this read, so I'm starting to make like some good progress, and I'm at 35% through the audiobook. If I don't physically read this, it's probably not going to get finished. Like I can already tell that this probably isn't going to get finished because I just don't have the capacity to read this much in 2 days. I am hoping to get to like halfway. Like I think I'll get over it, because I don't actually have that many issues with reading a book physically but then also listening to it, because like the listening is me reading in times when I can't physically read it. But I'm not going to be driving anymore after this, and yeah, I really want to get it finished. Like I probably will still listen to the audiobook, but I also want to start listening to Cemetery Boys again, because I've realized I can use that as a Magical Readathon prompt. So it's actually 5 books on my TBR for the Magical Readathon now, so I have like a lot going on. So hopefully I can get 2 books read in this time. And for my progress on Eve Brown, I'm getting like really close. I'm at page 260 and I have about 110 pages to go. I'm doubting that I'm going to get that finished today, but if I can read like half of that, I'll be proud of that like progress. So I will probably end up finishing this tomorrow morning, but I am really enjoying the story. The thing is I still think I liked Danny's story more, even though Eve and Jacob have such a sweet relationship and such a cute story going on. I really do think that I'm swinging towards more like being in love with Zaf more than being in love with Jacob. But like I definitely think the second 2 stories in this trilogy were a lot better, because I definitely think Chloe was the worst out of the 3. And I say the worst as in it was still good. It was still 4 stars. It was still an enjoyable story. Also too, I'm just randomly going to say there's a scene when they end up in a closet, and no, it's not a sexual thing, and it was my favorite thing ever. So if you haven't read this book yet and you get up to the closet scene, please know that I loved it, because it was a great moment. But like a side-by-side progress here, I think I'm doing like pretty well. Like I feel like this is hopefully going like really well. Like I don't know. Hi guys, so it's day 6 of the readathon, and I didn't vlog last night because I kind of forgot, but I also didn't really have like time alone to talk to you. But I'm still going with Eve Brown. I didn't get it finished. Look, I'm so close. Like I think I'm gonna make it. Like I'm up to page 314, so I think that leaves me with like 50 pages to go. So this is gonna get finished today now, but there's also only 1 more day left of the readathon, and I was planning on going for a walk, but it's kind of like really rainy out there, so my parents just took Max for like a very quick walk, so tomorrow I will try to go for a walk, and if not, I'll have to try and read some physically, and I'm not going to get One Last Stop finished just because I'm just not going to stress about it and not try to get it fully done, but this is going to happen and I'm very proud of that. But then it's back to Magical Readathon, which is exciting. But I also just filmed my 7 on Sunday videos, so I'm going to have 2 videos uploaded tomorrow because I did the Julie and the Phantoms challenge, the Umbrella Academy challenge, and I'm also doing the Never Have I Ever challenge, which is for day 7's video, which is for tomorrow obviously. So I will upload that in the morning and then I will edit my 7 on Sunday and have that more in the afternoon. So it feels weird doing like 2 videos, but like I still want to do 7 on Sunday because the topic is character deaths that hurt, and like of course I want to talk about things that bring me pain. Like why would I not? I think I can do this. Like I'm gonna get this done tonight and I'm really enjoying it. But to be honest, lately I've been getting contemporaries read in 5 days, so 6 is just like way too long. Like I was doing so well outside of the readathon and now it's like 6 days. Like who am I? But I am excited to get this done, and that just means another book that I've read add to my collection of reading for the year. Yeah, I'm really having fun with it. Like I just think they're such a cute relationship, and seriously these books just got better with each book. Like I thought that Danny Brown was going to be my favorite, but this I think has taken the cake. They're just so cute. Like I do love Zaf, he's a great character, but like so cute. Like I'm really enjoying this, and I will tell you more of my thoughts when I finish it. So excited. I finished reading Eve and oh my god, it was so cute. This was so cute. I really enjoyed this. It had a great ending, and as I said, I feel like they all realistically end up getting back together, and there is a lot of miscommunication in this trilogy, which is a little bit of a downfall, but I really do enjoy it. And I also just found out, because I know that Talia Hibbert's writing more books, and she's writing a new trilogy of books called like the Skybridge trilogy, which is the town that Eve goes to and where Jacob's bed and breakfast is. So I think that she's going to write a book about Montrose and his 2 sisters kind of thing. So there could be like a book about Montrose and then a book about his sisters Alex and Tessa, I think her name is, which is so exciting. Like think of that. Like we have Chloe Brown and then we've just progressed to like 6 books of different characters that like all relate. Like how cute would that be? I think that would be like a great idea, but I'm very intrigued now, and I know that the start of that series is going to start in 2022, but like I already want it. But like I did it. I finished a book. I finally finished a book on a readathon, which like never happens. And for sure I'm not going to get this book finished. Like I've made good enough progress, but it's just not the amount to like get it finished. I'm 35% of the way through, but I'm gonna bloody have a go at it tomorrow though. If I could read like 50 pages tomorrow, I'd be pretty proud of that, so fingers crossed. Hey guys, so it is day 7 of the readathon and I'm still chilling in bed, but I'm also watching some of my favorite people. Here's Paige. I'm watching her. I'm actually have done no reading today, but I'm catching up on all the Because We Can challenge videos and all of my friends' videos, because I haven't been on my laptop for like 4 days. Because if I'm not uploading or editing or doing something, I generally don't go on here. Like I just use my phone for all my social medias and everything. So I've just been doing a big catch up, and as I said, I probably should be reading, but I'm not. I'm still in bed. It's 12:30, but it's just comfy here and I have a day off, even though I have to start working again tomorrow. Next week is my 6-day roster, which is going to kill me, but I'm trying to get used to it. But I'm not used to this kind of like working time, you know. But I also ordered Subway for lunch, which is so exciting because I've been using like DoorDash, because I just thought DoorDash was better than Uber, and like yeah, sometimes they stuff up but then they just refund you instantly if there's any issues. So I was just like, I feel like Subway, so I ordered it, and half an hour later it turned up, and I'm just like, yes, this is so cool. Like being from the country, like having food delivered to your house is just like so crazy to me. I'm not really doing much else. I do want to read, but I just, again, I feel weird like reading One Last Stop without listening to it. But as I said, I got to try and finish Cemetery Boys, so that's like the audiobook I have to have take priority. But I also want to finish One Last Stop this month, so I got to see what I'm going to end up doing. I don't know, it's a little bit stressful, but I'm going to keep watching all my favorite peoples and then I'll come back to you. Okay, totally coming from you from my phone, and it's very windy, so I don't know if this footage is going to go like really well. Hopefully my microphone like gets me, but I'm on a walk with my baby and I've just got like class of Crocs and totally unprofessional looking stuff, but this is how you look in lockdown. You don't look sexy, you don't look nice.
So I am listening to the audiobook. Well, I mean, I have it paused right now because I'm talking to you guys, but we're trying to go for an hour walk and we're 15 minutes in. So we've got 45 more minutes to keep walking around, and I hope I definitely get some more reading done.
I feel like it's really hot today. Like, I'm really bright, and I don't know if I've got like sunburn from my walk that I did before, and it is much later. It's many hours later since I came back from my walk. I was all gonna like talk to you guys, but then I was really like overheated when I came back, and I only ended up going for like a 45-minute walk because we did a really big loop, but it only took us 45 minutes. So I'm 40% of the way through one last stop now. So I'm up to page like 186 now, but I actually have to edit my 7 on Sunday video, which I've been like pushing off like all day. And the other annoying thing is I just burnt my hand on hot tea, and I'm a bit sad about it, but I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna edit my video. But once I'm edited, I'm hoping I can get some reading done, but like, I don't know what's gonna end up happening. Oh my god, it's late and I have to get up at 4:30 tomorrow morning, but like, I've been trying to read, and I just realized that in my last bit of vlogging I said that I was up to page 186, but I was wrong. I just read to 186, so I only managed to read 40 pages today. I'm like nearly halfway through. My audiobook says that I'm up to 44%, but I'm sad that I didn't manage to get more progress read, but I was focusing on getting my 7 on Sunday uploaded. And I haven't really talked that much about this book because like, it's actually been like really good. I'm really liking August and Jane's relationship. It's very cute, and this book has really evolved because like, I didn't really know what it was about when I got into it. Like, I knew that there was some sort of love story with time travel on a train, but I didn't really know how like in depth it was gonna go, because it's actually really interesting that Jane didn't really time travel. She's just lost in time. So she's just been stuck on the queue for 45 years, and she only thinks it's been like a couple of months, and she just is constantly on the train all day, every day of every hour, just chilling. And then August comes into it, and she is the first time that she's had some pause from it, and she's actually being able to like maintain time and know what's going on, but she's completely forgotten who she is. So basically August just has the agenda of trying to get her to remember who she is, to try and figure stuff out. And like, I really like the development of their friendship, but also that they're gonna have this like relationship. But I'm also concerned too, because if there's gonna be like sexy times to the same extent that Red, White and Royal Blue had, are they gonna have sex on the train in public? Because like, that's not good. Like, I understand the situation, but like, don't do that. But I have a theory too, and I don't know if I should talk about it because it's gonna be a major spoiler, but August has an uncle who her mum has been looking for like 40 years, and I just wonder if Jane had something to do with it, because August's mum has been like working on this case for like many years, and August has been a part of it too. August's life has basically been going from like one lead to the next, trying to figure this out with her mum, but she finally put her foot down and doesn't want to do it anymore. But I just wonder if Jane is going to remember something that could lead to her mum being able to find her brother. Like, I hope that this is like something that I'm like stumbling upon. Like, I've got something here that I feel that maybe she was part of like what happened to him, or she knows someone who is, or this is the reason why she's on the train. Like, I feel like this theory is valid, and I want to know what's going on here. But I've had a really fun time during this readathon. Like, I really enjoyed the creative challenges I've put out. I've really had a fun time trying to get a lot of reading done, and like, yes, I'm getting slightly stressed that I'm not going to get my magical readathon done, and I probably should have tried to put more books in this readathon that were for my magical readathon TBR, but I've still got like a week and a half to get that done. I just have to get 2 books read, like just 2. Can I do it? I'm hoping. But I'm also going to add, obviously, my little wrap up here for the end of the readathon, because I calculated it and I read 561 pages in the week, which I think is brilliant. Like, who knew that I could read that much? And I know a lot of people are probably going to have like in the thousands for a readathon, because obviously readathons were meant to try and read more, but I somehow read less. But still, I'm proud of the achievement here. I completely finished At Your Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. This was so much fun, and I also got to finish a series, which makes me feel really happy. This was great. I definitely recommend this whole entire trilogy. The books are so good. And again, as I said, I've read 186 pages of this book. It's about halfway, so a book and a half I think is really good. And like, I was hoping to get further along in this book, but I'm very happy that I'm finally reading it. Like, both of these books were on my anticipated reads list, so I'm very happy that I've gotten to them, and I'm sure One Last Stop won't take me too long to finish. Like, as I said, I'm nearly halfway through, so if I maybe listen to it for maybe 2 more days and then read it outside of that as well, maybe. Like, I'm gonna see how I go, but I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I feel like it was very eventful, but again, I'm in lockdown. There's not much else to be doing besides working, reading, and watching TV. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!